We've all been there, reaching for our phones during a quiet moment, intending to check just one notification, and then, before we know it, hours have slipped away. We've scrolled through endless social media feeds, news updates, and viral videos, only to put the phone down and be confronted with an unexpected feeling, a kind of hollowness, a sense of emptiness that lingers long after the glow of the screen fades. But why does this happen? Why does spending hours scrolling through content, supposedly designed to entertain and connect us, often leave us feeling emptier than before? To understand this phenomenon, we first have to look at what happens inside our brains when we engage with the endless stream of digital content. Social media platforms and content apps are meticulously engineered to capture our attention. Each swipe, like, and share delivers a small burst of dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. This is the same neurotransmitter released when we eat delicious food, win a game, or receive a compliment. Dopamine motivates us to seek out more of whatever made us feel good in the first place. In the context of scrolling, each new post, meme, or video is a potential reward, and the unpredictability of what comes next keeps us glued to our screens, much like a slot machine. But unlike the rewards of real-life experiences, the dopamine hits from scrolling are fleeting and shallow. They provide a quick surge of pleasure, but with little substance. Our brains are wired for novelty, and digital feeds are built to deliver it relentlessly. Yet, the rapid succession of new content prevents us from fully processing or savoring any single piece of information. We become conditioned to seek the next post, the next update, constantly expecting that the next scroll will deliver something truly satisfying. More often than not, that satisfaction never comes. As the hours pass, our attention becomes fragmented. We move from one topic to another, rarely pausing to reflect or engage deeply. This continuous partial attention can leave us feeling mentally scattered, unable to focus on one thing for long. The result is a kind of cognitive exhaustion, a mental tiredness that doesn't feel productive, but rather draining. Our brains are working hard, but not in a way that feels meaningful or fulfilling. There's also a social component to this emptiness. Social media promises connection, but what it often delivers is a curated, filtered version of reality. As we scroll, we are bombarded with images and stories of other people's lives, their achievements, their travels, their celebrations. These highlight reels are rarely an accurate reflection of everyday life, but our brains can struggle to remember that. We compare their best moments to our ordinary ones, and sometimes we can't help but feel that we're falling short. This phenomenon, known as social comparison, can erode our self-esteem and leave us feeling more isolated than before. Paradoxically, the act of scrolling can also displace real-life interactions. Time spent online is time not spent with friends, family, or even ourselves. When hours melt away in passive consumption, we miss opportunities for genuine connection, creativity, and rest. Instead of nourishing our relationships, pursuing hobbies, or simply enjoying quiet reflection, we trade these experiences for a digital simulacrum, one that rarely fulfills our deeper emotional needs. Another layer to this emptiness is the passive nature of scrolling itself. Humans are inherently active beings. We find purpose and satisfaction in doing, creating, and engaging. When we scroll, we are mostly passive observers, not participants. We watch what others are doing, but rarely take action ourselves. This lack of agency can leave us feeling disengaged from our own lives, as though we're spectators rather than protagonists. Moreover, the content we consume is often designed for maximum engagement, not maximum nourishment. Sensational headlines, polarizing opinions, and emotionally charged posts grab our attention, but they rarely leave us feeling truly informed or uplifted. Instead, they can trigger anxiety, frustration, or outrage, contributing to a cumulative sense of disquiet. Even when the content is lighthearted or entertaining, the sheer volume can be overwhelming. Our minds struggle to make sense of the constant noise, and the meaningful moments become lost in the shuffle. The phenomenon of doom scrolling has become especially pronounced in recent years as global events and crises dominate our feeds. We scroll, hoping to find answers or reassurance, but instead we're met with an endless stream of uncertainty and negativity. The result is a sense of helplessness, a feeling that we are surrounded by problems too big to solve and too distant to influence. This can compound the emptiness, turning what should be a source of connection into a source of anxiety. Even the act of breaking away from the screen can feel unsatisfying. After hours spent scrolling, we may be left with a sense of wasted time, a realization that we could have done something more meaningful, but didn't. This can spark feelings of regret or guilt, further deepening the sense of emptiness. We may vow to do better next time, but the cycle often repeats, as the allure of easy entertainment proves difficult to resist. On a deeper level, the emptiness we feel after scrolling may reflect a fundamental human need for meaning and connection. We are wired to seek purpose, to engage with others, to create, and to grow. When we spend hours consuming content that doesn't contribute to these needs, we are left with a void. It's as though we've eaten a meal of empty calories. Our hunger is temporarily satisfied, but our bodies remain undernourished. It's important to recognize that not all digital engagement is inherently negative. The internet offers opportunities for learning, creativity, and genuine connection. The problem arises when our use becomes passive, habitual, and disconnected from our deeper values. When we scroll without intention, we risk losing sight of what truly matters to us. So what can we do to break the cycle and restore a sense of fulfillment? The first step is awareness. By noticing how we feel before, during, and after scrolling, we can begin to recognize the patterns that leave us feeling empty. Are we reaching for our phones out of boredom, loneliness, or stress? Are we using digital content as a substitute for real-life experiences? These questions can help us become more intentional about our habits. Setting boundaries can also make a significant difference. This might mean designating specific times for checking social media, turning off notifications, or creating phone-free zones in our homes. By limiting our exposure to the endless scroll, we can reclaim time and mental space for activities that nourish us. Reading, exercising, spending time with loved ones, or simply being present in the moment. Another powerful strategy is to shift from passive consumption to active engagement. Instead of scrolling aimlessly, we can seek out content that inspires us, challenges us, or helps us learn. We can participate in discussions, create our own content, or use digital tools to pursue hobbies and interests. By becoming creators rather than just consumers, we can restore a sense of agency and purpose. Cultivating real-world connections is equally important. While digital platforms can facilitate communication, they are no substitute for face-to-face interaction. Making time for meaningful conversations, shared experiences, and genuine relationships can help fill the void left by empty scrolling. Even small acts, like calling a friend, taking a walk, or volunteering, can provide a sense of belonging and fulfillment that screens cannot match. Mindfulness practices can also help us tune into the present moment and reconnect with ourselves. Simple techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or journaling can ground us, helping us break free from the cycle of distraction and reactivity. By paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and needs, we can make choices that align with our values and aspirations. Finally, we can reflect on the role technology plays in our lives. What do we hope to gain from our time online? Are we using it as a tool for growth and connection, or as an escape from discomfort? By clarifying our intentions, we can use technology in ways that support our well-being rather than detract from it. In the end, the emptiness we feel after hours of scrolling is a signal, a gentle reminder from our minds and bodies that we crave something more. It's an invitation to look beyond the screen, to seek out experiences that enrich and sustain us. The answers are not always easy, and the pull of digital distraction is strong. But by approaching our habits with curiosity and compassion, we can begin to reclaim our time, our attention, and our sense of fulfillment. The next time you catch yourself lost in the endless scroll, pause for a moment. Notice how you feel. Ask yourself what you truly need in that moment. Is it connection, creativity, rest, or simply a break from the noise? Then make a choice, however small, that honors that need. Over time, these small acts of awareness can help transform emptiness into presence and passive scrolling into purposeful living. In a world designed to capture your attention, choosing how you spend it is a powerful act of self-care.